All right, guys, this is Donnie,
And Sandra.
and we are going to make some cream of wheat, and we're going to mill this stuff ourselves. Now, I did do a video some time back. It's been a long, well, it's been real long ago. Look in the, I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to see that, because I had somebody ask me, how do y'all make cream of wheat? What is it? And so I did a video if you guys want to see that. But on this one here, we are going to take this grain that we bought, soft white wheat, and we are going to mill it in the Mock Mill 100, and we are going to make cream of wheat. Now, this is the store-bought cream of wheat, if you guys can see that. This is a store-bought cream of wheat, and this is what it looks like. And so now when grain is commercially processed, they sift it. And they take out 2/3 of the grain out. And so, Sandra, you're left with, what two parts do they take out? They take the wheat germ out.
And the bran.
And the bran. The wheat germ and the bran is taken out. Very healthy components, guys. And that is resold. They don't throw it away, but they resell it. And so I believe that one of the places they sell it is cattle.
Yeah,
to feed cattle.
But then they also bottle up the wheat germ and sell it in bottles from the
yes,
store.
and
yes. We've bought it before.
I have bought wheat germ before and thought I was doing a real good thing, adding it to my oatmeal and stuff. And little did I know I was being duped.
Yeah.
Because
they're selling things.
They're already selling. I mean, I've already bought that grain already. They just took a portion of it out and resold me a portion of it back to me again. And so, but here, it's all here. Nothing has been taken out and sifted out. It's all in that grain there. And so we're not missing anything. And so
it's fresh.
It's fresh. And so what we're going to do, now we haven't done this yet. The only thing we've done prior to this video is we been trying, here's some of it here. We've been trying, we want to make sure that we get this just right, or as close as it can be. And so that way it'll cook good. And so we've got this about right. I think it's about perfect. And but at any rate, we're going to show you how it's milled. And what we need is I cook my cream of wheat, 1 cup of cream of wheat for 4 cups of water. 1 cup of cream of wheat for 4 cups of water. Now you can use 4 cups of milk instead of using water. And so, but I haven't done that. I just use the water.
We have the milk in later.
Yeah. Well, I put my milk in as to like thicken it up, cool it off. And so, but at any rate, let's go ahead. And Sandra, you want a little noise, but we want y'all to see this. So this is the grain. It's going to go right in there. Let's see what we got.
Let's see if that's enough.
See if that here. Let's look at it there. So this is what it looks like, guys. This is the milled soft white wheat, and I believe that should cook real good. And so, but put that in there. See if we got a cup.
Yeah.
You may have to use a spoon to get it in there.
Got it. I don't think we quite have it up yet. No, not quite.
All right, let's get some more in there.
Should do it.
Now, if it's a little bit more, that's fine. I'll add some more milk to it. I really don't want to waste it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's like perfect right there.
All right. I think that's going to work
That's
out
perfect.
just fine. So this is what it looks like. This is what we milled. And this is the store-bought. The store-bought feels like sand. Of course, they have filtered out parts of the wheat. And but at any rate, this is what it looks like. Now, let's just say they didn't. Let's just say they didn't take out any of the parts of the wheat. After this stuff is milled, we can't take this and store this like this.
No.
Because now that we have busted this grain open, it starts to oxidize.
Yes.
The grains, the nutrients actually they go away. You start to lose nutrients. And what I understand, by 3 days, you have lost 90%.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, the numbers are right. You have lost 90% of the nutrients in this grain.
And you also can't keep it because of the oils in it. When it'll go rancid.
Yeah. Any rate, guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to cook up this stuff like I normally do. We're going to cook it up. I'm just going to, once I cook it up, I tell you what we'll do. When I'm actually pouring in the cream of wheat, we'll let you guys see it because it's different. It's not store-bought. And so we're going to do a pass or fail. You guys are going to see this firsthand. And so we have never done this before with freshly milled wheat. And so let's see what we come up with. Okay, while we are waiting on the water to boil, I wanted to show you what Sandra just finished taking out of the oven just before we started this video. English muffins, sourdough. Sourdough English muffins. And the grain was milled. This is freshly milled grain. What?
I used about 90% hard white wheat and 10% kamut. No, 10% spelt. That's what I used this time.
Okay, what was it again?
I used 90% hard white wheat and 10% spelt.
Okay, all right.
I used spelt because everybody had said that spelt gives it like has like a sweet flavor, so I thought that would be good in the English muffins.
And these turned out really good, guys.
Nice.
They really did.
This one's gonna be mine this morning.
That's a nice fluffy one there.
Pretty one.
Real nice. And so, but homemade, guys, we're talking. I mean, the nutrition is there. I mean, it's there.
And they're really good. They're delicious.
Yeah, they really are good. Put a slab of butter on that.
We toast them in the
honey or
we toast them in the toaster.
Toast them in a toaster. What we'll do is we just take a knife down the center of that thing, slice it open, and put you some butter, jelly, jams, honey, whatever your little heart's desire. And these things are awesome.
And they make a great breakfast sandwich too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Put some egg and cheese, sausage, and liver mush, whatever you want. But yeah, these really turned out really nice. But this is you milled the grain. Well, you started it last night, didn't you?
I even milled the grain that I put in the starter, my sourdough starter.
Okay.
So I fed my sourdough starter with the whole grain, which, may I say, the starter loves the freshly milled flour. It ate that stuff up and it rose in like half the time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it rose really fast.
But anyway, it takes a little longer when you're doing sourdough.
You have to long ferment it. So I made the dough last night. I let it sit in the oven overnight, covered up, and then this morning I rolled them out, cut them out, let them rise one more time for an hour, and then I baked them off.
Cool deal. All right, guys, when this water gets boiling, we'll show you what's next. Okay, I think this is boiling enough. I usually don't get a rolling bowl with this, and don't get too close. You'll get that steam on it. But at any rate, for you guys that don't know, when you're doing cream of wheat, you want to continually pour. Just don't dump it all in there at one time. You want to pour it in there slowly, and you want to stir as you're pouring. Do not stop stirring. Do not stop pouring. Just make it nice and like this is the first time I ever done freshly milled wheat before, and so this is going to be new for me. It definitely pours different from the store-bought. All right. Don't get too close to that steam or it'll steam up the thing. Now, I will say this. It's going to take more effort to stirring this up because some of this is wanting to clump. It's wanting to clump up. I can see that already. And the ratio that I'm doing here is a ratio that I do for the store-bought. And so this may be different. Probably should have grinded up a little extra. But yeah, I'm seeing that this right here tends to want to clump up a little bit more. The store-bought does not clump up when I do it like this at all. So I'm seeing some clumps here and there, and so that can be alleviated just by stirring it up as it's cooking.
How long does it need to cook, Donnie, or is it just a feel thing?
This stuff should be thickening up, and so I am thinking we're probably going to need some more. Just by what I'm seeing already, we may need to grind up a little bit more and dump it in here, maybe a quarter of a cup.
Well, let's let it cook a little longer.
And so I'm going to let this cook a little bit, but I'm going to have her go ahead and grind up another quarter cup just to be on the safe side. And so, but yeah, this is what I'm seeing already is that this freshly milled tends to have a little bit of, it tends to want to clump up a little bit like that right there. Like that right there. So those are little clumps that you really want to try to avoid. But again, I have never cooked store-bought, I have never cooked freshly milled cream of wheat before, so this is a learning experience with me. Not to say it's not edible, and so, but you really want to stay away from those clumps because what happens is the center of those clumps is not going to be cooked.
Could you take the back of a spoon maybe and?
You could, yeah, you can mash it. I can mash it. I could take a large spoon and mash those on the side there. It looks like it's going to take a little bit longer to cook than the store-bought, and so let's go ahead and let's grind a quarter cup more. And let me add this in here because this right here should already been thickened up. Okay, what we did is we added a third of a cup more into this, and this it's starting to thicken up now. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the smell is different. It does not smell like store-bought cream of wheat. It has a wheat smell to it, which I mean that's what we just ground up, freshly milled wheat. But I'm telling you, it's very noticeable, and it looks different. This freshly milled wheat has a more of a yellow look to it. The texture is different. It's looking more of an oatmeal than the traditional cream of wheat. Don't get me wrong, it's different than oatmeal, but it has the appearance of the freshly milled oatmeal. And but the smell is there. I don't know if you can smell it or not.
I can smell it. Oh yeah, I smell it.
It does. It smells like wheat. It smells like wheat is what it smells like. And so, but this is just about ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some butter into it, and I'm going to take this off so it's not bubbling like lava. And as far as the sugar, I don't have an exact amount. I call it a yay amount, and so.
Well, that's a cup measuring cup. So.
Yeah, I don't necessarily put it all in here, but yay amount. I don't put honey in my cream of wheat. I put it in my oatmeal, and so I'm gonna say that right there. It's gonna be about right.
Almost 3/4 of a cup.
Yeah.
We got vanilla.
Oh yeah, forgot about the vanilla.
And that's a vanilla.
This is
our homemade vanilla.
This is a homemade vanilla.
This is our bourbon vanilla.
Bourbon vanilla. So we're gonna get drunk while we're eating cream of wheat, and.
No, you tell Donnie doesn't drink homemade beers or nothing. He don't know how to flip top.
All right, put some of this in there. Let's put a little more. And so we'll get that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put this in my bowl. Stir this up. So far, it's definitely a success. But we're having to use, instead of the store-bought would only be 1 cup. That's all I would need. But because this freshly milled is different, and it's not, the store-bought has a same consistency all the way through it. It feels like sand is what it feels like. This does not. You have some that's been ground to a little bit more. It's not the same type of consistency all the way. You may have little chunks of the wheat in there, and so that's what's different. And then you got some more of a powder, and so, but it looks like 1 3/4 cups is what it's going to take for 4 cups of water. And but guys, I think that's about got it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the bowls. We're going to get the milk and
toast our English muffins.
Yeah, and we're going to toast the English muffins, and we'll let you know the end result and what we feel in our taste test about it. All right? Okay, we have done the taste test. We've got the English muffins. Just show the English muffins real quick. This is the English muffins. Do a little bit more close up. Yeah, oh yeah, that's it there. We got some butter on it. I use honey on mine. What do you eat? What are you eating on yours?
Strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam. And so, but yeah, the English muffins came out awesome. And so, now the cream of wheat, we've been eating it for a little bit, and it is different. It is different than the store-bought.
It's, dare I say, creamier.
Yeah, because
the mouthfeel is different.
The mouthfeel is different. There's chunks, not the bad chunks. I'm not talking about chunks. Yeah. Those actually have dissipated.
Yeah.
As far as what I was initially stirring in the pot, and but you can see the bits of the wheat, that the parts of the wheat. It's in here. It's in here. You can see that. The store-bought does not have that. It doesn't have it. But we have the whole grain, the actual whole grain. Nothing has been sifted out. You got all 3 parts of the grain is in here. And so now the mock mill, when we were initially doing the grinding, it powdered some more than other. It wasn't a consistent grinding. Now don't get me wrong, we can fine tune that thing where it'll be powder coming out of that thing.
Yeah, but you can make it all the way down to fine flour. You know what I think it is though, Donnie? I think it may be the different parts of the.
That's what I'm thinking too. The different parts of the grain. You know, that's what it's. You know, don't get me wrong, we can make this into powder. Because
the brand, the outer edge is harder. So maybe that was like the bigger pieces of it.
But it is, guys, the health, the nutrition that is in this bowl cannot be matched. Cannot be matched. Freshly ground wheat. None of the grain has been sifted out. You're getting all of it. Excuse me. And so... Now, of course, we put a little bit of milk in this. The sugar was perfect. I should have backed off on the vanilla just a little bit. I put 2 heaping spoons in, and I should have just used 1 like I normally do. But we normally don't taste the vanilla as strong. And so that's the reason why I put 2 tablespoons in it. Or 2, I don't know, is that a tablespoon? Considered a tablespoon?
Probably a teaspoon.
Is it? Okay. A tablespoon is larger than what I used. Oh, it would be absolutely just, it would taste like straight up vanilla if I put 2 tablespoons in this. But
it's really good though.
It's really good, really healthy. And of course, I am having it with my favorite cup. Look at my favorite cup. And I take this cup backpacking with me. But I got some raw milk, guys. I love raw milk. And so we're having that with this. And but the smell is a wheat smell. It just smells like wheat, and so that farmy smell, and so but that's something that's different. But other than that, it was a success, and so we will be adding this to our breakfast menu off and on. We'll just go from oatmeal to eggs to cream of wheat. We'll just mix it up. And but you guys take care. We love you, and we hope this helps you out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.